Democrats call on Justin Fairfax to resign after second sexual assault allegation. Politics. But now that a second woman, Meredith Watson, has accused the Virginia lieutenant governor of rape, prominent Virginia and national Democrats are not holding back and are roundly calling on the 39-year-old African-American politician to resign. He lost a major block of support Friday night when the Democratic members of the Virginia House of Delegates and State Senate issued a joint statement calling on him to step down. And in another major moment about an hour later, the Virginia Legislative Black Caucus wrote that its members believe. While late Friday night, both of Virginia's powerful Democratic U.S. Senators Tim Kaine and Mark Warner called on Fairfax to resign in separate statements. U.S. Republic. Bobby Scott, the former Virginia government. Terry McAuliffe, the. That statement was quickly echoed by Virginia Democratic U.S. Representatives. Don Bayer, the. Fairfax has denied both women's allegations. After lawmakers in the Virginia Capitol had dodged reporters for days when asked about Tyson's allegations, at least one state delegate, Patrick Hope of Arlington, told CNN on Friday that he has begun the process of drafting articles of impeachment against Fairfax and is prepared to introduce them on Monday if the lieutenant governor does not resign before then. Hope said he believes that Fairfax should and will resign before then, but, if he doesn't, he has asked the legislative services to begin drafting the articles of impeachment to be introduced on Monday morning. For the impeachment article to get to the floor, it will need the approval of House GOP Speaker Kurt Cox. The Speaker's office, Watson, in a statement through her law firm Smith & Mullen, alleged that Fairfax's assault on her was premeditated. Ms. Fairfax swiftly denied the allegation and called for an investigation into the accusation. Tyson, a professor in California, released a lengthy statement early this week detailing her alleged encounter with Fairfax during their time at the 2004 Democratic National Convention in Boston. Fairfax has vehemently denied that allegation as well. National Democrats also had held off calling for Fairfax to step down after Tyson's allegations. But, like their senior Cory Booker of New, after Watson stepped forward, however, Booker ratcheted up his call. The senior Kirsten Gillibrand, senior Elizabeth Warren, these former Colorado government, John Hickenlooper, the Democratic presidential candidate Julian Castro said Fairfax should resign, and reiterated that government. Ralph Northam also, he tweeted, last. California senior Kamala Harris, senior Bernie Sanders. The allegations swirling around Fairfax are just one part of three scandals that engulfed Virginia Democrats this past week. Northam apologized last week for appearing in a racist yearbook photo that showed one person in blackface and another in a Ku Klux Klan robe and hood. Northam, then controversy met Attorney General Mark Herring this week when the top Democrat admitted he had appeared in blackface during a 1980 party, where he and other friends dressed up as rappers. All three politicians have avoided resigning, so far, despite the scandals plunging Richmond and Virginia politics into chaos.
Raindrop, drop top smoking, no cooking the hot pot. Fucking on your bitch, yeah, that. Looking up, open the park pot.